Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we will be interviewing the great goddess Athena. As you all may or may not know, that Athena is the goddess of wisdom, war, the arts, industry, justice, and skill. Now let's welcome the amazing Athena. Hello, Athena. Welcome to the show.
Hello, everyone.
Athena, please have a seat and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a Greek goddess, the daughter of Zeus, and the chief of 3 virgin goddesses, as well as one of the 12 Olympian gods.
I heard some rumors that you were born from Zeus's forehead. Is that true?
Yes, that is true. He had a huge headache and asked Hephaestus to tear his skull apart, and as a result, I sprang from his head, fully grown and wearing an armor.
Well, then, do you have a mother?
My biological mother is Medes, because after Zeus got her pregnant, he was told by Mother Earth that he would have a son. After hearing this, Zeus became afraid that he was going to have a son who would overpower him. Since Medes was already pregnant, he would first turn her into a fly and then decided to swallow her.
That's a very interesting and unusual story. Can you tell us a little bit about some of your major contributions?
Some of the things I invented were the trumpet, the flute, pot, rig, ship, and the chariot. Another thing I accomplished was getting the rule of Athens. I also was the one to protect Odysseus on his journey to return back home.
Wow, those are some great things that you did for Greece. Now let's talk about the famous story of you and Medusa. Could you please tell us a little bit about that story and exactly what had happened?
Sure. So basically what happened was that Medusa, who was an ignorant woman and only thought of herself as being beautiful, and one day she happened to be visiting the Parthenon for the first time. There she saw my statue and she started to brag about how pretty she is, and claimed that if the statue was hers, it would have been 1,000 times prettier. After hearing this, I couldn't believe that she could say such a thing. I appeared in the temple and turned her into a hideous monster, and if anyone saw her, they would turn into stone.
Well, that was an interesting story, and from this story we can learn a lot. The moral of this story that Athena just told us is that don't be jealous of others, and that everyone should learn to accept what they have instead of envying other people.
This story has a great moral, however, is also very important to the Greeks because it demonstrates the importance of the gods to the Greeks, and it also shows why the gods should be respected.
So could you tell us how the universal truth that jealousy can lead to one's destruction be applied to modern day society?
This story can relate to modern days because nowadays everyone is very materialistic and they're not thankful for what they have and only look for things they don't have. So this story is basically just one example of what happens to those who are envious of others.
So for a recap, in today's show we interviewed the Greek goddess Athena and we discussed a little bit about her life experiences, how she was born, and some of her inventions and major contributions to the Greeks. We also discussed the famous story between her and Medusa, as well as the moral of that story and how it relates to modern day society. We had a great evening with Athena, who is very talented and amazing. So please give it up for Athena. It was very nice meeting you, and thank you for telling us a little bit about your life. We really appreciate having you here.
It was my pleasure.
Well, there you have it, guys. That was the great goddess Athena. See you guys next week when we interview Athena's father, Zeus.